Hello, this is Tara Love Perry coming to you with Food for Your Soul. And today I'm going to talk to you about purpose and soul purpose, being plugged in, getting connected, and how to do that, how to feel, how to start making those connections, and how to get really, really well connected to your true self, to your value, to your true worth. And I'm also going to be talking to you about caliber. So where to start? My goodness. So purpose is often really not what we think it is. When we have this idea of my purpose and my contribution and what am I supposed to be doing in the world? Who am I anyway? You know, what's my passion? What's my direction? All of these questions, these are things that people ask. And we come at that question with like a little box, a mind vision, a boxed idea of what that's going to look like. And when the universe or when the world is presenting the answer back to you, it's way beyond the boundaries of what that little box of your mind can conceive, can interpret. Because, as many wise people have said, we don't know what we don't know. If you know within the confines of this, and you're looking for the answer within the confines of this space, this limited mind, and the answer that's being presented is outside of that, but you can't see it, you don't know that you don't even know that. So how do we deal with that? How do we see something? How do we know something that we don't know about? And how do we find that true purpose of ourselves when we can't see it, when it's beyond our vision and it's beyond our limitation? And the reason is because the answers don't come in a linear, logical fashion. Okay, your mind will give you solutions, your mind will give you a task and say, okay, this is one task that you can do towards fulfilling your purpose, like a to-do list, but it's not going to give you the purpose defined in a box. And how you do that then is by tuning into your other senses. Now we have more than one kind of intelligence in this body. We have an intellectual intelligence that gives us rationale and, you know, a kind of mechanical mind, which is fantastic. We need mechanics. However, your heart intelligence is unfathomable. It is infinite. It is the source of all knowledge everywhere, all time, all space. And it has your deepest interests at heart. It has the truth of you. It knows the truth of you. So for you to plug yourself into that, you're going to start receiving those heart-pumping answers that are going to really fuel you and fill you with that, wow, that life-giving, vital energy of passion. So plugging into your own heart and listening from there. You can't bring your mind into that space. Okay, heart, so tell me how it is, and listen as if you were listening to your head. It doesn't work like that. You've got to adopt a different, like pillow talk. You've got to adopt a different conversation nature. You have to be willing to listen in a different way. And that means taking the head off, taking the mind off. Like you don't take business to bed, you know, with your partner. You can't lie there and, you know, or you could if you want, but it's not going to be heart-opening. It's not going to be intimate. So for you to have that intimate relationship with yourself and your heart and your passion and your purpose, and to really discover those truths, you have to take the limited mind off. You have to take this box of what you think it's going to be away. Go naked. Go naked into your heart and listen. Have that pillow talk. Have that intimate closeness, sweetness, lying still, just listening. And we also have the belly intelligence, the gut. As we know, we have millions of little villi in the gut that are like the brain of the body. Super intelligent, lets us know what we need and what we don't need, nutritionally and all, you know, biologically, so much. I'm not a biologist, I can't speak intelligently about that, but I do know through my own researching and my own visions what the gut is capable of. It's a super brain. And we're still learning about that as well. The intelligence that we have, we don't even know how intelligent we are in the gut, in the belly, in the instinct, in the stomach. So that's another place worth listening to. Where does your instinct guide you? If you were just turned around and told to walk in any direction, which direction would you choose? Would you choose the darker, heavy direction? Would you choose the lighter direction? Would you choose the high road? Would you choose the low road? It's where you are intuitively, instinctually drawn to go to, because your gut knows, your belly knows, and it's not just a physical gut. It has a higher mind, a higher intellect. So we call that instinct, or gut instinct, or gut intuition. There's a slight difference between the two, actually, but I'm not going to discuss it now. But you get a feel for what feels right, what feels good to you, whatever your right environment is. Now the trouble is, a lot of people have switched off the gut instinct. We've stopped trusting ourselves. We've had it overridden many, many times by other people telling us what we should do, what we should think, what we should wear, what we should eat. And we trust other people's guidance even if we don't know them. Just because they have a good CV, or they have a shiny TV personality, or we're bullied into it. Be submissive to the big boss, the big brother, somebody watching you, the government, the medical institution, somebody bigger than you telling you what you should do, what you should believe in, what you should trust. And because of that, we've given away our power again and again and again and again. And so we're weak in that nature, a lot of people. And it's something to reclaim, something to own. It's your gut, it's your belly, it's your, intuitive mind. It's your earthly, the instinct is very earthly. Intuition is kind of more up there, out there, airy. Instinct is so to do with path, to do with your focus, to do with your direction. Your instinct will lead you to eat the right things and take you to the right people and take you to the right places if you allow it to do so. And that means getting reconnected with it, really trusting what you feel. You know when you're in an environment and it doesn't feel right to you and you feel uncomfortable, and you can gloss that over and put on your smile and adapt and be very socially adept at handling such a situation, and you will override your discomfort. And you have a whole agenda of why you would do that. Socially acceptable, or pleasing somebody, or something, whatever that is, or a need to be seen, or something else. You're doing that for another reason. However, do we want to keep overriding our gut instinct, our gut power that's really trying to tell us which direction we should be in? If you're in an office job and you just don't feel right, but you tell yourself, I've got to be here for X, Y, and Z. For instance, not everybody hates their office job. So that, is that worth listening to? Again, you've got to be still. You've got to give yourself a chance, tune into your nature, tune into your body, get connected with what makes you just simply feel good. And we also have another mind, another intelligence, which is the intelligence of the sacral center. That space between our hips. It's an internal universe at work. It's almost like the pineal gland in the mind. I'm sure most of you, or all of you, have heard of the pineal gland. It's that God-mind receptor. It's our little pine cone-like gland that emits light and transmits light, and it also receives light. It receives information and transmits it to the rest of the brain, and it regulates lots of hormones. It has an incredible job. But that's known as the seat of God, the mind of God, or the Godhead. Within us, it's that pure divine light, that purity within our minds, which is separate. It's not so much the brain thinking, it's the higher mind. And so we also have something similar to that in the sacral center, except this is the more feminine nature. It's the universe, it could be called the void, it's the emptiness, it's the vacuous space, not vacuous, but the empty space that can be filled with anything. It's a possibility, like a cauldron of creation, that whatever you put in it and mix together, you will start to manifest, you will start to create. And what has this got to do with your purpose? And by the way, this isn't just for women, it's for men too. We all have this very divine, feminine, creational, manifestational space. The sacral center, physically speaking, is where we create children. For men it's the prostate, for women it's the womb and the ovaries, the cervix. And these areas, in our physical body, we come together as man and woman, or otherwise. There are other scientific ways of coming together in this way, but physically, man and woman come together, we create, we co-create. And this is another aspect that we have to ourselves, that we can co-create within ourselves from the sacral center. And it's that place of deep desire, it's that place of, this is where the seat of the soul, when I watch it, this is where the soul sits in its power, in its purest essence, is in the sacral center. The seat of the soul, or the spiritual essence of you, is what I call it. And we need to actually really connect with our spiritual essence. It's like our condensed version of us. Not so much the personality, not so much the wishes and dreams and, the memories of what you've gone through in this life and who you think that makes you become. It's not that. It's more pure, it's more sweet, it's more condensed. The essence of something. The essence of you. Wanting to be expressed. It's a bit like where the seeds are planted in the soil. And that very simple nature of the seed in the soil. And the essence is all within that seed, but it's not yet fully grown, it's not yet fully expressed. So when you connect with this seed of you, and you don't just leave it like a dormant seed, unrecognized and unnoticed, which often it is. Most often, people, like I said before, we live sort of up here in the head, and we also come from our heart, and most of the time not really connecting to these other intelligences, the gut and the sacral and the body intelligence. But when we really change our awareness, retune what we are listening with, what we are perceiving with, how I call this the inner senses. And I actually really love teaching people how to use their inner senses, how to get those things attuned. It's like a muscle. If you don't use it, it becomes weak. And so when we're always coming from the logical mind, these other senses and these other intelligences are just left in the back room, not really being used. And it's such a waste, because they're magnificent and they're your tools for magnificence. So if you were able to retune your awareness and turn it inside and journey within and go and see this sacral space of you, your essence, your beautiful, sweet nature, your special, magical, unique nature, and you are able to visit that and spend time in it and begin to cultivate that seed by breathing in, breathing into the sacral, to oxygenate, give that seed oxygen, to feel, to engage the emotions with yourself, to feel that empathy with yourself. That's a bit like water in the seed. To shine the light of your awareness there, to bring consciousness down into the sacral area, is like shining the sunlight, the warmth on the seed, in the soil even. You need the soil to be warmed by the sun. The seed doesn't even need to be fully seen. Doesn't need to have the sunlight directly on it, like spotlight. No, but just the general direction of your vision, of your attention, will warm that seed. Will give it those conditions that's right and ripe for that seed to start germinating. And give it time. As that little seed starts to send a little shoot up through the soil, it's going to navigate its way. And one day, with enough care and love and support and attention, that little shoot will come out of the earth, out of your subconscious, and up into an arena that you can start to see, that you can start to really see manifesting and coming into reality, coming into this world, into this level. You'll see yourself starting to grow and starting to blossom. And what do you grow and blossom towards? Towards fulfilling your potential, towards your purpose. Every seed has a purpose. Its potential is hidden within that seed. And it needs those right conditions. It needs that attention for it to grow properly to what it is destined to become. And it's exactly the same for you. You were conceived and preconceived even for a reason. Conceived by your parents, yes. Maybe they didn't know the reason. Maybe they just had fun doing it. You're an expression of their love, of their relationship. But something of your Creator something of creation, had a preconceived plan, had a preconceived dream, had an inspiration already to create a unique, special you. And that's why you're here. Now, what you probably don't realize, it's the hardest thing to see ourselves. That's why we employ other people to see us. That's why we need to be validated in all kinds of different ways. But being seen is vital. And being seen for who you truly are is vital. And that is vital to your direction, your true direction, your destiny, you fulfilling your purpose. You can't fulfill your purpose if you're sitting in an environment not nurturing who you truly are, not even trying to recognize who you truly are, ignoring that, disconnecting from your senses, from your intelligences, and wondering why it's not happening for you. You have to come back in and reconnect. You're going to have to use your own senses and wake up to yourself and start to, at least if you can't see yourself, get a feel, get a sense, get a general grip on, something here that's very, very satisfying, very relieving to feel, very like coming home to yourself. And you can do that for you. No one else can really do it for you. We can guide you, but really ultimately it's your decision, it's your choice to do that. And when you do, then you're going to start growing in the direction of your purpose. And it's going to be outside of the box. It's not going to be some label, some job description, and don't get me wrong here, but your purpose is for you. And I might even make another video about this, about the purpose that people sometimes think they have. And my purpose is to save the world, or heal the world, or change the world, or do something mega massive. Because everything's so, effed up. Everything's such a mess. I've got to change it. That's not purpose. That's coming from a place of pain in you that needs to be recognized and healed. And maybe your purpose has something else, another idea. So let's not bash our heads on a brick wall trying to be something from a sense of desperation or pain, but rather nurturing the essence of oneself and allowing that natural growth towards your own divine purpose, which has been pre-planted, and it's going to be your path of most ease. It's going to be the least difficult path. It's something that comes so naturally to you, so innately, so it's almost ridiculously simple, and too simple that we will miss it because we can't see ourselves, not so easily. We can't see our own value, we can't see our own worth, we can't see our own qualities so often. We rely on other people to tell us and give us that feedback. But you do really know, not with your mind, but you know internally, you know with your heart what your qualities are. You know instinctually what your value is. You know when you're in your right environment and when you're not. And would you be willing to make that choice and put yourself in the right environment where you can grow externally? And would you be willing to put your awareness onto that environment within so that you can grow towards your own success, your own successful growth, your own successful fulfillment of you, what you were designed and created and planted in this world to become. So I hope that makes sense. Let's just bring your hands to your body, to your heart, to your belly, anywhere that's starting to communicate with you and say, yes, there's something here, come and find me. Just put your hands there to acknowledge it, really gently and beautifully. Take a deep breath in, not an uptight breath with the nose, not like that, like this. A letting go, sighing, relinquishing, surrendered kind of breath. Okay, I'm going to drop in and feel and let go of my mind kind of breath, like that. And say out loud to yourself, hello me. Hello me. Hello me that I am. Hello this me. I've been looking for you. I need to come home to you, me. I miss you. And just see how it feels to say those simple reconnecting words to yourself. If you hadn't seen somebody you love for a really long time, You're not going to sit there with your mouth closed just waiting for something to happen. No, you're going to express, hello, where have you been? I've missed you. I need you. I love you. That's what you would say to somebody. And our journey begins when we start to do that for ourselves, and we include ourselves as a very important person in this life. You are your most important person in this life. Can you just turn your awareness around and use your senses, connect them back to you, and just simply say with a beautiful, sweet recognition, hello, me. It's good to see you. God, where have you been? I missed you. I love you. I love you, me. I need you, me, in my life. Oh, and soften the belly and see how that feels. Just let that in. That's water. Drink that water. The water of your words that will make your seed start to juice up and plump out and pop open. So your growth can begin and your purpose can be felt. Your purpose can be, like the sun, like the plant growing towards the sun, like a natural growth, a natural progression, and not something like created from the box mind and the, metallic kind of a robotic mind. So I love you. I hope that helps. I'm probably going to make another video like this on caliber and a caliber of your person, your worth, and more about purpose. So look out for that. Have a fabulous, wonderful day. Love you. Bye.